It's a wagon. Just don't say that in front of Porsche. On this edition of Test Drive, the Panamera GTS Sport Turismo. For many long years, the GTS badge has represented something special. Think 1963 904 Carrera GTS. The key here is the GTS bridges the gap between the S and turbo models. It gets better power than the former, along with many of the sportier fixings found beneath the top-line turbo, but at a sharper price. The GTS Sport Turismo not only gets sharper looks, it proved to be a proper head-turner dressed in its mamba green paint. Now, if you do happen to get relegated to the back seat, it's really no big deal. Power seats that are both heated and cooled, there's lots of legroom and plenty of headroom. The big plus, however, is found out back. Now this Panamera, it gets a lower liftover and more cargo space. 520 litres with the seats up, and if you fold the whole lot down, that number grows to 1,390 litres. Aside from the cosmetic changes, it's what's beneath that makes the GTS. It starts with the 4-litre twin-turbo V8 that cranks out 453 horsepower and, more importantly, 457 pound-feet of torque at 1,800 RPM. That's 13 horsepower and 73 pound-feet of torque more than the previous model. The power reaches the road through an 8-speed twin-clutch transmission on all 4 wheels. The system splits the power variably and can send all of the power to the rear wheels and as much as 70% to the front wheels. The latter helps to tame oversteer by pulling the car back into line. It worked to perfection. Now, it goes without saying that this Panamera GTS is very quick. 100k in 4.1 seconds, but that's not what truly impresses. This thing does the 80 to 120 passing move in 2.9 seconds. You better have both hands on the wheel when you unleash the fury. The Sport Turismo has a 3-chamber adaptive air suspension and a 10mm lower ride height. It works with Porsche's optional dynamic chassis control Sport and the 48-volt based electromechanical active anti-roll bars. This combination keeps the body flatter than gravy on a plate, and it saw the GTS dance through the pylons like a prima ballerina. The torque vectoring and optional rear-wheel steering then hone the turn-in response so it's as sharp as a brand new razor blade. To say the handling is tenacious is an understatement. Now this Panamera GTS can be one of 2 things. It is opulent with every option known to man. On the flip side, it is driver-centric. These 18-way power seats deliver wonderful lateral support that are great when you've got this thing on a racetrack. The other thing is this little button in the middle of the sport mode selector. It, when you push it, puts everything on hyper for 20 seconds. Engine, transmission, it's all ready to go. Nail the gas and this thing takes off in a hurry. The GTS can be tweaked to suit the tone of the drive. There are normal, sport and sport plus modes, each of which progressively amp up the engine and transmission response and firm the suspension. There's also an individual mode that allows the driver to pick their favourite settings. Pick normal when prowling suburbia and sport plus when you're out strafing the local racetrack. What's not to love about a full-sized ride that's opulent and dynamically blessed? Be it a night at the opera or a day at the track, it works.